Your back is up against the wall. You're running out of time. You don't know what to do. You've been asking God for all the help you can get. And bam, at the right moment, God helps you and guides you and keeps you in a position of abundance. So this week, guys, talking about continuation on being in a storm, understanding how we can work with God's timing because it's always perfect. If you like what we're doing here, guys, I'm building community. My name is Ryan DeMent. This is Chasing Happiness Podcast. Please subscribe and share. I respond to all the comments on the actual videos. Look forward to interacting with you. So guys, this week, here it is. Have we all not been in a storm to where we are down to the last seconds in a financial crisis on how I'm going to be able to pay my mortgage this month? Some type of health issue that you're dealing with. Maybe it's something to do at work. But the one thing that we don't do while we are in this storm, at least for me, and I'm speaking from my personal experience and I'm speaking right from my heart, is I don't have faith. I don't trust that God is going to provide. And so that brings up anxiety. It brings up fear, and I worry about it. I'm not going to go into it, but it boils down to that. I've got to make sure that I pay the business bills and my bills on a monthly basis until this is resolved. And this has been going on for many months. And I'm tired. I am flat out tired of dealing with this. And there's one thing that keeps on repeating back in my mind in a daily basis is God is in my corner. God is going to provide. And I need to have faith. I know it's more than one, but that's what's in my head. That's where I have to be. And the only way I know how to move through this when I have doubt is to stop and pray. It calms my mind. It calms me as a whole. But better yet, it refocuses me and doubles down on my efforts. Because where in the good book does God talk about lazy people doing great things? You got to work. And when I'm anxious and I'm worried, I'm distracted. I don't do things that are going to generate revenue for my businesses, nor am I productive. So how do we get over that? One, pray. After you pray, maybe you need a few minutes away. Take a walk, take a drive, take your dog for a walk, go to the gym and get to it. It's the only way I know that works for me, because if I continue to try to push forward, I end up losing. And what I mean losing is this. I'm back in the same boat. I'm dealing with the same stuff. I'm still anxious. All I'm doing is this vicious circle, which makes no sense whatsoever. So why do I bring it up this week, guys? One, it ties in nicely to the storm that we've been talking about, but two, it's real for me. I rather talk about it, get it out. Maybe what I'm talking about can help you. Maybe it can help somebody else by you sharing the video. I don't know. But I at least want to get it out there off my chest and be able to share what I'm going through at some point. You're either going into a storm, you're coming out of a storm, or you're in that place to where, you know what, I'm in the middle of it, or better yet, I'm going back in. So coming out of a storm, going back in a storm, and then there's that eye of the storm that you're hanging out in, and you think you're safe, and then the other side of the storm hits. It's a rebound, and the best way I know how to describe it. And for me, that rebound means that I'm just that much closer to the other side to be able to get out. But what do you do while you're in the rebound? Praise one. Got to have a positive mindset. He wants us to draw on him even more when we're in a storm. In Deuteronomy 8, I read it every day. God is talking about he brought the Jews out of Egypt, and then they wandered in the actual desert for 40 years because he was trying to figure out if they would follow his word from their hearts. And it took them that long to figure that out. I'm going to be 52 this year. I have no room to talk. But he made it very clear in there that during that time, you were fed, you had clothes, and your feet didn't swell. If it worked for the Jews then, why wouldn't it work for us? And that's what I go back to every single day. Every morning I read that because it's powerful in one sense, but it's humbling in the other, because as you go through Deuteronomy 8, he talks about bringing you to the promised land, gold, honey, silver, streams of water, and plenty of food. And then as you get closer to the end, God talks about once your flocks expand, your gold expands, your silver expands. So basically your wealth, your houses expand. We forget about God. We forget about how we got here, and we forget about who got us here. And then he leads us to pretty much to the end of, we think our hands are the ones that actually did all the work. It's actually by the grace of God in allowing us to do this work, because God is the one that's provided us the work. He's provided us the riches, as he says. But better yet, he's providing us a path to follow. Once he knows that in your heart that you are going to follow the word and be able to follow him, he provides it full of great things. But this brings me to this one piece, and we're going to end out here. But once you get all these great things, it can't be a me thing. It has to be about everybody else at that point. It has to be about everybody else along the journey. That's what he wants you to do. He wants you to spread the word, whether it's through service to others, tithing, volunteering, as service to others. Whatever the case is, it can't be about me, and as I say, chasing the Joneses and buying all these stupid things that you can't take anywhere. We were born with nothing. We leave the earth with nothing. So why do we want to accumulate all these things that get us into debt, cause anxiety and problems, and wonder why we're in this situation? We're overspending. We're overliving God's word. And if we just follow God's word and be able to help others, live a great life, he doesn't say money's bad. He says you can't serve money and God at the same time. You put God before money, that means service, tithing, volunteering, doing things for others, taking care of others. That's what that means. It doesn't say you can't be wealthy. It doesn't mean you can't have a very comfortable lifestyle. God gave you skills to use to prosper your family and to help others. Use them. But always remember, you're at the mercy of God and what he does. And if we use our God-given talents for great things to help our family, to help others, there's rewards all throughout life. So guys, I'll end it here. If you're struggling, you're not alone. Reach out, message me. You can find me all across social media. But better yet, get your face into the good book. Start reading the good book. Spend time with God. Pray. Have conversations. Listen. Even if it's 5 minutes a day, it's 5 minutes that you can actually turn your mind off and not be anxious. But just remember, we all are here to serve others, and we need to make sure we don't lose sight of that. All right, guys, stay safe, stay healthy. I'll see you guys on the other side.